As you all know, I love racing games. It's time to take a look at my favorite installment and my very first video game I've ever owned, Mario Kart 64. You all remember the Nintendo 64, right? Well, I do. This is my very first game console I ever owned. It has the same AV outputs as the Super Nintendo, but with a better AC adapter to release all the clutter. This console was dedicated as the last one to use cartridges. Speaking of which, the cartridges don't have end labels, so back in 2009 I had to make my own. But it's a good thing I have these end label stickers that'll help me out very much. I have a lot of memories with this game. Yeah, I remember the day I got my Nintendo 64 from my parents along with 2 games to go with it, which of course is this game, and along with GoldenEye 64. I guess my dad wanted to try it out. Well, I played it myself, but I didn't realize it was only for teenagers, so... whatever, I played Super Smash Bros. Melee when I was 8 years old, so why not? So yeah, I have a lot of retro connections with this game. So to continue on reviewing the Mario Kart series, I decided to go to this one, my very first game. But that begs the question, is nostalgia clouding my vision? Well, let's find out. There it is, the title screen that introduced me to my start in racing games. Well, so far, this is the very first installment to have a 4-player mode. I'll get to that in a second. So, returning we have the classic Grand Prix, or as Mario say it. Mario Grand Prix. Thanks. And we also have time trial to test your speed on the tracks. As for characters, we have the 6 from the first game back, along with 2 new faces. Yes, I count Donkey Kong as a new face because that was his son DK Jr. from the first game. And of course we have Wario, the new heavy character, and I had to say he's very funny with his German voice. Surprisingly, in the beta version, it was supposed to be Kamek from Yoshi's Island, but they changed it in the last minute for some reason. But I'm okay with this. Now all the cups are here from the start, Mushroom, Flower, Star, and Special. But instead of the last game, it was downgraded to 16 tracks instead of 20. I don't mind. The gameplay is a little different from the last game, but I had to say this is the one I grew up with. First off, the D-pad is only used for the menu. You press and hold the A button to accelerate, you use the B button for the brakes, the C-pad changes the map and camera, and the Z trigger on the back activates the holding items. The new thing they added into this game is slide boosting. You hold the R button to slide and then you flick the joystick a few times until it skis a bit of an orange color. Then by letting go of the R button, you watch it fly! Ever since I was a kid, I got used to these controls and nothing on my mind could ever top this for a long shot. Most of the tracks takes place from Super Mario 64, but I think some of them have a Mario World vibe to it. Depending on the difficulty, it'll change the layout on the track as well. This isn't the first installment to do that. The raceway tracks are racing through real go-kart tournaments. Royal Raceway has Peach's Castle where you can drive there. I really like it. Choco Mountain is based off of Choco Island from Super Mario World, I think. Another thing that scratches my head is that Koopa Troopa Beach might be an upgrade to Koopa Beach from the last game. Frappe Snowland is based off of Choco Mountain. And of course, the most infamous Rainbow Road. This game's version of Rainbow Road is best known as the longest track in racing history. You think I'm joking? This track holds the record in the Gaming Guinness Book of World Records. If you can find it, that'll be the proof. To my opinion, the AI in this game is, most of the time, much improved in challenge. Most of the time. Whoever is in first place can be zipping away, far away, to make sure you'll never catch up. I mean, what the fuck is that shit? Even as a kid, I still get pissed off from this. But on the bright side is that no one has those bullshit character items to make the game a lot bullshittier. Another problem with their fast speed is that after you knock them out with your own item, they just brush it off and try their damnedest to pass you. Well, at least most of the problems are fixed, but sometimes I feel butt-fucked so hard once they pass me. Oh wait, here's something I forgot to mention. If you fall off the track, Lakitu painstakingly pulls you out and lay you back down on the track to continue. The only problem is that he's slow as molasses! Yes, even in the last game, it's just so painful. It takes about 5 seconds to get you back on the track so you can win or better yet, get in 4th place. Yep, if you get 5th or lower, loser, and you have to start over. Luckily, you don't have lives in this game, so you can continue until you finish your goal. The classic items are back, like the mushroom, banana, green shell, red shell, starman, lightning bolt, and Boo. Yeah, folks, I forgot to mention about Boo in Super Mario Kart. Well, it's not my fault, I didn't manage to get him. So, now that I can manage to get him in this game, I'll give you the skinny. You turn invisible and you can steal any other items from your opponents. It's a pretty interesting item. You can also avoid projectiles in this mode. So with the new game, we have new items. First off is the triple pack. That means more shells and more mushrooms for your likeness. You know what's great about having 3 shells? They act like barriers so you can avoid any of the obstacles that's coming at you. The banana bunch is the only installment where you hold 5 bananas. In the later games, it's limited to 3. Well, in my opinion, I love it when you have the whole bunch collide to another player. Oh, that is so satisfying. The super mushroom gives you a time limit to catch up. You can keep spamming the Z trigger while using it. That's what I like. And another one of my favorites is the fake item box. It's like a regular item box, but the question mark is upside down. That can get confusing, but it's really satisfying. So that might be all the items, but is there something else that I'm forgetting?
Oh god, no! I forgot to mention that this game introduced the most infamous item in Mario Kart history. The Barney Shell.
Yeah, everyone and their own mother calls it a blue shell, but fuck it! I call it Spiny Shell back in the day, and I'm gonna keep calling it Spiny Shell. In the manual to Mario Kart Super Circuit, which is the next installment after this one, it said Spiny Shell, but everyone really wanted to call it Blue Shell. I mean, Jesus Christ, it has spikes on it! It belongs to a Spiny! What more do you need? You can add wings on it all you want, but it'll still be the Spiny Shell! So after that rage, what does it do? It targets whoever is in first place. Let's just say that you're in first place, and then somehow a Spiny Shell comes blindsided and knocks you off course. You know, I get scared and pissed off when this happens. Even in the later installments, the same fucking reaction. So by beating Special Cup in 150cc and collecting all 4 of the trophies, you don't just get the awesome credits theme to show your success, you also unlock a new title screen and a brand new class, Extra. This is the introduction of what will later become Mirror Mode. So all the tracks are in reverse, so that means the strategies that you have to flip them up. You know, I got confused the first time when I went through this, but I did manage to succeed. So by getting a trophy, it's just like how it is in the Super Nintendo version. Cheep Cheep hovers over you and spits out the trophy in front of Peach's castle. But whoever's in 4th place doesn't join the ceremony and just gets a bomb cart. That's just sad. I think it's best bet to move on to multiplayer. Like I said before, this is the first installment to have 4 players battle at each other. The Grand Prix in multiplayer is only available for the 2 players max. You know, it's still the same thing, but nothing special. Versus is what it is, battling your friends to win a race. In this mode, it's a bit harder. It's because that there are bomb carts placed all over the track. That can slow you down for a bit. But the most frustrating part is that once you've done all that work to get far ahead until a bomb cart or a shell will come in a blindside mood to fuck it up! Oh, it's a great time for your friends, but seriously, you just really wanted to tear their fucking head off. And now the last mode is battle, of course. Well, instead of the balls from the last game, we now have balloons. The concept is the same. Knock off all the balloons until the last one stands. These stages are more interesting, but a bit scary. The skyscraper is a bit dangerous to me. Block Fort will be a staple to the franchise, it's just a classic. The Big Donut has a lava pit that you have to avoid, and Double Deck is just annoying. You know, I always remember these from my childhood. I would be happy to see these on current consoles, maybe in HD. So for Mario Kart 64 being my first game, does it still hold up today? Of course. This game got me into racing games, which is my staple gaming genre. The graphics are awesome. Moving to 3D can let the tracks go all out with the designs. Plus with the environment helping out with better variety. As for controls, I feel comfortable using the N64 controller. As for a classic controller for the Virtual Console, it doesn't feel the same to me. Now for the music, what can I say? This is the first soundtrack I ever heard and I love every single song. With the epicness of the raceway tracks, the spookiness of the Banshee Boardwalk, the thriller of Bowser's Castle, and even Rainbow Road. No explanation. It's just awesome. So if you're looking for a good racing game for a party, play this one. It's out on the Wii's Virtual Console for $10, and now that the Nintendo 64 is now on the Wii U's Virtual Console, we might get this game sooner or later.
So since I love this series so much, I decided to go on a yearly occurrence to review every incarnation of the Mario Kart franchise just for you. So until that fateful day, I'm Thomas the Retro Nerd. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys. Oh, can't believe you actually fell for that.